So interesting. This video has been so hard for me to make. This is my 5th attempt at making it. And each time I stop because it's like, that's not me. That's not my voice. That's not what I'm actually trying to say. So what am I trying to say? What I'm trying to say is, hi, I'm Darius. You probably know me from the meditations on this channel. You might also know me from Insight Timer or from my photography. Most popular photography is the strangers. I take photos of strangers and I ask them questions about their younger selves. Now, I'm here on YouTube, specifically YouTube, not Instagram or TikTok then Instagram and then Facebook, YouTube. Because I've realized that not all social media is the same, and YouTube is not actually social media. My nervous system reacts very differently on different platforms. Instagram being the worst for my nervous system. I'm instantly like upregulated and my joy dissipates, and I clearly have an addiction or a dependency to Instagram. And a part of that is because I make money off of Instagram. Another part of that is it's probably where I get the most love. Is it love or is it just comments? It doesn't matter. Come back here, Darius. I was about to go off and then hit, I hate this video again, but no, not this time. This time we ship. That sentence brought to you by Seth Godin. Thank you, Seth. Okay. Oops, let me just put these things back there. Okay, I'm just gonna acknowledge and accept that this video might be a really chaotic, really nonsensical, really all over the place video. And I need to do this video to get to the other videos that might not be the same energy. So thank you for letting me say that. Okay, not all social media is the same. You can't say social media anymore in 2023 because they all behave differently. They have very different value systems. They have very different support systems. They have very different senses of generosity and sharing, particularly with creators. YouTube, in my opinion, being the most generous. Insight Timer also incredibly generous, a meditation app. Instagram being the least generous and the most demanding. This is not a rant. This is action. This is not a rant. This is not being a victim. This is not complaining. This is action, because I've been a victim and complaining for too long, and it's time to take some action. Particularly, I want to create more content for YouTube. And I don't want to do it the way I've been doing it in the past. I want to commit for 10 years. It's a 10-year experiment. I want to commit to a couple of hours a week, every week, most likely on Tuesdays, to sit and create content and then ship content. Shipping content means publishing content. And blessing and releasing. And it's a 10-year plan because I'm done chasing virality. It is not worth it. I've gone viral several times, and I'm telling you, the cost is not worth the pain and the burnout and the strain on your life. I would much rather slow, consistent, joyful content creation over the course of several years, but specifically a decade, 10 years, that is clear and not for the masses, that is me and not chasing trends, that is building skills over some new TikTok trend that's going to be here today, gone tomorrow. I'm done, like with the platforms telling me like jump, and I got to jump. That's not what this is about. I'm also done looking to bypass the creation experience. Creation is sacred. I truly believe we are here. We chose to come from soul to human, to these humans and these times to explore, experience, and express ourselves, aka creation and the creative process. And now there are agencies and there are subcontractors and there are AI that will do it all for you. And for me, that's basically living a simulation. Like, we could just sit there and let the simulation do life for us. Or we can create and we can experience the ups and the downs of expressing ourselves in the world or not expressing ourselves in the world, instead of subcontracting and out to the most efficient, ROI-minded way of doing this. I'm not saying you can't make money off of your creations, but if your entry and your sole purpose is capitalism through your creations, through your art, you're missing it. You know, it's like being in communion with God to make money. It's like, what? So I'm done. I want to step into this next chapter of my creative journey, my artist journey. And a part of that is longer format content. A part of that is faster, more efficient for me content, like more efficient in the sense of I don't need it to be polished. I don't think my audience actually cares. I'm making this on a phone. This is on a phone, right? I could just pick this up and go, hey, what's up? It took 2 seconds to set up. And if you know me, you know I have a heck of a lot of equipment because I'm a professional photographer and cinematographer, and I could literally get like pro cameras upstairs and set all this stuff up, but my audience doesn't really care. And the freaking iPhones are brilliant for what they can do. And why that matters is the efficiency of set, boom, boom, let's go. Stream of consciousness, get it done, longer format, doesn't need to be this Peter McKinnon, like super fancy, polished video. For me, it needs to be deep and meaningful and say what is in here first and foremost. And so, video 1 of a 10-year experiment, not trying to be quick, not trying to skip steps, not trying to find a shortcut, really savoring the creation process, savoring the uncertainty, savoring not knowing if anyone will listen or care, savoring going out of my lane and making mistakes and putting my foot in my mouth and being like, cool, I grew because of that. I also love that I could just pick this thing up and go wherever I want. Now, the problem is I'm shooting this on my phone, and the problem is I can see myself. I'm like looking at myself instead of looking at you. So that's going to be something I need to figure out. Okay, I feel better. I feel better. I feel better. 10 years is a long time. And the power of a 10-year commitment to any creation is it immediately tells you, 1, are you actually enthused by this format, this platform, this medium? Because if you're not, 10 years is a hell of a long time and you'll tap out immediately. So that tells me if I'm chasing a trend or a fast fix, or I'm like, ooh, I like this space. I could play with video. I could play with YouTube. 2, 10-year period allows me to think about who I will be in 10 years from now. I'm 40 now. I just turned 40. I'll be 50 in 10 years. Is where this is going, where this could go, aligned with where I want to be? I'll tell you where I want to be is just going deeper and deeper and sharing my truths with as many people as possible. A part of that means not exchanging my time for money. I love photography. I want to do it for the rest of my life, but when it's my entire income, it gets challenging because then I'm limited on how much money I can make because there's only so many hours in the day. So as I've stepped into Insight Timer, as I've stepped into YouTube and started monetizing YouTube, I'm experiencing multiple revenue sources, just the beginnings of them. And so committing to 10 years of a practice, thank you, Seth, instead of a viral sensation, about skills over trends, about community over followers, about joy instead of comparison, about collaboration instead of competition. It's a 10-year experiment. I don't know where it will take me. And I think that's a part of the process. Okay. Thanks for listening. Peace.